I have with me my first guest, a singer, producer, and multi-instrumentalist who is ever so talented and always on the move from Montreal. And with him, I have the delightful songwriter and singer from Nova Scotia. Please welcome Frase and Fawna in the studio. Guys, how are you guys going? Oh my God, thank you guys for having me.
Super duper.
So good.
Yeah?
So excited.
The way I'm saying it, like I'm like, thank you guys for coming to my studio. Meantime, it's your studio, and I'm like,
We set up all the lights. And
I just walked in,
Multi-talented,
45 minutes late, but
it takes a village. It does.
no, guys, I'm really loving this space. I know I was chatting to you a little bit earlier, and you were telling me a little bit about what you've built, and you said that not very long ago you had 7 people that were in this very space.
yeah, the live band practiced on the other side of the space from here. And I think we had 6. I think it was 6.
Yeah.
That's the most people I've had in here so far. But
might
you
have been
can't be over 6'1" because of the ceiling, as you noticed on your way in.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I felt like at the beginning there was
I
like
don't have that problem.
Well, see, that's what I thought. Like, cause
It's perfect for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like videos and stuff like that, and like I thought the space was like, I thought it was just like huge ceiling. I was like, whoa! But I'm loving how it's. What I'm really loving is like a real cave situation, and I think
Very
that's
much a cave situation.
And I think it's really good for creativity and all that kind of stuff too, right?
Definitely. It's been my sanctuary during these past couple years of things being closed and stuff. To have this space, I'm really, really fortunate. This building as well was supposed to be knocked down in September 2020 and wasn't. So even just that it exists is magic.
Now, before we go any further, I just wanted to ask you, and for people out there that aren't too familiar, what type of genre would you class your music?
That's the toughest question. It's going to have multiple hyphens and dashes.
Okay.
But soul, I'd say, is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a little indie soul on there. Funk, R&B, house, hip hop.
Okay.
So that's a lot of genres, I know, but
That's a lot. Okay. I mean, for you as an artist, do you ever wish to sort of stick to one genre or something like that? Not saying that it's a bad thing at all.
But I think this far in my career, it's just like, oh, I see now how people get famous by doing the same song over and over again, or at least sticking in a lane.
Mm-hmm.
I've been jumping around. Like, I had a band for years that was like more pop reggae, and then I went on like my solo journey, which was more like electronic, and like played at big EDM festivals and stuff like that. And now I'm kind of like reeling it back all the way around for a full circle and going back to more of like a live, organic sound. But someone told me that my sound is my voice, that I could sing on anything, and it would still be me.
Right.
So that kind of gives me the idea that, well, like I don't want to drag my listeners like from all these different genres, but I love a lot of different styles of music. My playlists are always really eclectic, so as long as it kind of stays soulful and light and not too heavy, I think it will.
Still the same voice. For sure. Still the same tone.
Right. But also it's really good for your versatility as an artist as well. And it also brings out the longevity in your career too. Being able to adapt to different types of genres, I would think.
And I have a catalog that will work in different situations. Like the other night I played during the ceremony of a wedding, and they're like, "Can you play another half?" I was booked to play an hour of original music, and then I throw in a couple covers here and there. And like, "Can you play another half an hour?"
Okay.
And I was like, I guess so.
Yeah.
And I just like pulled a bunch of original songs out of the hat
You see?
work acoustically but aren't, so I don't know. It's music, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's emotional, soulful music. And however you want to classify that, with what pattern or what sounds or what BPM, those are all kind of words that journalists use to put things in boxes. So what I'm trying to do with my music most is elevate people beyond their little box.
You got to elevate. It's about elevation. Now, guys, you guys want to play a game. It's called
games.
Who That? You guys love games?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And are you guys really knowledgeable in the hip hop genre
From
when it comes to the artists?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll do my best.
Anything recent? I'm not.
Yeah, anything
I know
recent.
Kendrick.
Okay. And no Kendrick.
Not real. I don't really even know him that well, but I don't know him personally.
Oh.
No. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
I know, right? Shit. Okay, and you said a little bit before if there's like any like little or baby.
Yeah.
Like don't even
If there's
bother.
like a little at the beginning, I don't know.
Oh shit. Okay, Fawna, how do you feel?
We're gonna do our best here.
gonna do your best?
I'm already sweating, but
Okay, yeah, you look ready. You just change your position. Like, okay, calm down.
Let's get this.
just get it going.
There's no prize money. I mean, shit.
Ready to embarrass myself.
Free
Let's
tickets
go.
to your own show.
Okay, here we go. I'm born in 1971. I have had a pretty tumultuous upbringing with a lot of domestic disputes in the family home. Me and my mum escaped, and I was raised without my family. Sorry, without my father.
Tupac.
No, it's me. Before being a solo artist, I was in a R&B girl group in the early 90s.
Girl group. Ooh. Grew up with her mom.
Grew up with the
Beyonce?
mama. No.
Girl
'Cause she had
group.
her daddy.
I'm just guessing here.
Oh shit! I'm blanking.
It's a male. Can I? Is this like 20 questions where I get to ask questions
Yeah, you
about
can
the person?
ask. Oh my
So
God,
he
yeah.
said girl group, no? You said girl
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
Okay,
So it's got to be a girl.
Wow.
Really paying attention there, Frase. I'm just kidding.
Not including non-binary folks here. Or what?
All right. Well, I'm stumped. I gotta say.
71.
1971. Yeah.
Okay. And this is hip hop.
This is hip hop.
Oh, Missy. Did I get it?
How the fuck did you get that?
Nice.
Because I listened to an interview with her and Rick Rubin recently, and she talked about being in a girl group first, and then went on solo. And
I had
she's
no idea.
older, and
I had no
she's
idea
the
she was
best.
in a girl group.
I
Missy.
what? I haven't even there was so much more like to say. What the fuck? Yo, did you have an idea?
Not a clue. No. Maybe if you had given me more clues, I would have got it. I had no idea she was in a girl group. So. But I do love Missy.
Okay, did you want to hear what some of the clues were? Oh, I mean, sorry, more
Let's
information?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Okay, so I was in a karaoke scene in a movie, sorry. Okay, it's Pootie Tang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Pootie Tang. Classic.
Do you remember that?
Classic.
Also, she collaborated with, I said the star from the Cosbys. She co-wrote and also did backing vocals for Raven Simone's. One of Raven
Really?
Simone's songs. Yeah, she was like a little kid. She was like rapping. It was kind of fly, but it didn't really go very well. It wasn't a very popular song. Also, I was going to mention the part about her having Graves' disease.
I did not know
I
that.
did not know that either.
Where are you getting all these facts? You're really digging deep, eh? You're
Yeah,
good at your job.
But you could. I would have got it sooner.
So
if you'd be like,
thorough.
she's written tons of hits for other artists. Because Missy, did you know that she's penned hits for like so many. Most of those Aaliyah songs were written by Missy.
Yeah.
She worked with Genuine. A lot of people. She wrote
Yeah.
for.
Definitely.
She was big. She made it first as a songwriter for other people before
Yes.
that first album came.
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And also a lot of time. One of the things as well was that she did like huge collaborations with Timbaland.
Well, that would have been.
I mean, yeah.
That would have been right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Would have got that.
Okay, for sure. You. Oh my god! Like I would just start. Okay.
Well, you're talking to my generation here. As soon as we get in the littles and the babies and the whatever,
in the 71s.
yes. Well, I'm not from some like that's 10 at least more than 10 years older than me.
All right, move along. Next.
Okay. Now, tell me, Frase. what do you look for when it comes to collaborating with other artists? Because I know that you work a lot with our dear girl, Fawna. So tell me, what do you look for when it comes to doing something new or any kind of drop, or what are the key things you're like, damn, this is the person that I need on my team?
That's a really good question. I think that they have to have a strong work ethic. If I know, I've tried to work with people before that, I take music pretty seriously as much as I like to joke around. There's a lot of people out there that think that their talent is just going to earn them respect or earn them accolades without actually trying. And I think, to get a really great vocal take on a song takes a couple hours sometimes. And, but also just passion for sure. And that brings on the work ethic, raw talent, heart, soul, someone that puts their real, authenticity,
Sure.
There's, especially in the hip hop R&B world, there's a lot of braggadociousness and kind of pompous attitude. And, that may work on stage or in a music video, but it doesn't work very well in the studio.
For sure. Now, Fawna, I want to ask you the same thing.
Would love to answer.
And also, I wanted to find out, how did you guys actually come together?
Which question do you want me to answer first?
First, how would you like to, or what do you look for in collaborating?
So, my journey with this has been a long one, actually. But I think what makes a good collab is definitely good communication, musical synergy. Also, it being about the music and not about pride and ego. I think that's like huge, working with somebody, that is as passionate about the song sounding good as you are, not whose idea is the best, it's about the music, it's about the craft. And I think when you have that going, that synergy, then the rest is pretty easy.
Sure. But how did you guys come together? Yeah.
So Frase actually, I said this the other day, and he was just like, "What? You remember that?" So like way back in 2009, when I was like a little festival goer, little raver.
Yeah.
I was like 19 back then.
Okay.
That's when I saw Frase's first show as FM High Low.
That's
his old
that
band.
I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, this guy, oh, cool, he's so cool. And then I moved to Montreal, and then I think we just had like a couple mutuals, and then we started hanging out, and I was in a couple bands in Halifax, also a genre jumper. I was like in a shoegaze band and like a folk rock blues band. But I think like at my core, I've always kind of been alternative R&B, but I also have like a lot of other, interests as well, like genre-wise. Like
For sure.
I grew up on alt rock and 90s grunge. So I'm a little bit R&B mo.
Came up with R&B.
That's a running joke. R&B mo. That's the kind of music I make. A little mashup.
That's a new genre.
One of our favorite things to do is to mash up old grunge songs and make it R&B.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I first moved to Montreal about I think 9 years ago, Frase was one of the first people who encouraged me to go solo and was kind of just like, you can do it, you should do it. And I had some songs written, and then he was like, do the thing, do it. And long story short, I toured around with him for a little bit, and then he went to BC, and then my little Fawna project took off and was taking bloom, and here we are, full circle again, playing with each other, and as a duo, as a band, and both doing our own solo thing.
I think the biggest thing about collaboration is finding someone that has at least similar tastes to you.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the exact same, but like at least there's some kind of crossover, And I think with Fawna and I, we resonated on a lot of similar music, but she had this other like kind of alternative as I said, like punk, emo, rocky side that I never went through. But that's what makes good art is if you have two people that are like exactly the same collaborating, it's going to be kind of still one dimensional, you know?
For sure.
So it's like finding people to collaborate that have like other skill sets than you. Like she was really into videography when we first met, and didn't know anything about videography at the time, so that was really cool. We actually made an acoustic video of one of my songs called More Than a Pretty Face, where she's singing backups and filming at the same time.
Okay.
And that was like
cool.
my first video that I put out as Frase, and it did super well on YouTube. And like a lot of the comments were like, "Is that the girl that's filming? Is she singing? Because you never see her, right?
Right.
She's filming." So I don't know where I was going with that, but definitely finding.
But yeah, genre wise, I say like our voices as well, like have always just like gelled. I don't know. It's just pure luck or like similar taste. But I like what you were saying about like how, you know, lyrically and like, you know, just the way that like, you know, the type of feeling that like our different music conveys. I like that there is a bit of a contrast. Mine can be like a little more like emo and moody like sometimes, and like yours can be like more like, you know, festival and uplifting and like, you know, danceable, you know. And I mean, like, of course, like it's not always that way. Like I feel like especially in the last like few years I've been leaning more in like the pop direction and the more like dance direction, because you know, I get bored of genres too. I was on like the chill hop kick for a long time, the sultry, you know, moody
Smoky
hop
couch
kick.
music.
Exactly. And you know, I still love that. Like my heart's still there. Like, you know, but I like to mix it up, and I like making people dance as well. That like is a special kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So
When I started to play bigger festivals and bigger shows, and I was drawing from material that was like more chill, like we first started playing together, we were playing at like Honey Martin, which is like a really small
that's where it
bar.
all began.
There's no stage. It's like a really chill. We were playing like jazzy beats and just singing R&B and stuff like that, which works great in that environment. But when you're like trying to play that kind of stuff at a big festival, it doesn't really work that well. You know?
Right.
It's like people want to get hyped. So the more festivals I played, the more live shows I played. And then I also met my wife, who is a dancer.
Okay.
Everything just started to get a little bit faster. And I
Okay.
started listening to more dance music because she was dancing to it. And I was like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? You know,
Right.
oh, what's that? And then started like bringing that sound into my own productions.
For sure.
And then just having more upbeat material to play live just made the show better. Especially like in the festival scene, or you know, where a lot of people aren't playing their own songs anyways. They're DJing, or they're like, you know, might play a couple of their own songs. So I was influenced by that kind of mentality where you know, a live set, you can integrate other people's music into your set. So our Frase and Fawna duo set, you know, it's continuous. We're playing more of a DJ set with live vocals that we're mixing our own tracks with other people's tracks, and then you know, back and forth kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's been really cool. And our new song Lone Zone, I guess we didn't have it in mind to play it live, but when things started opening up again, we're like, wow, this song like fits so perfect with the theme of because it's basically the introvert's anthem for dancing.
Okay.
Like the
Okay.
So let's rephrase that. Maybe you can help me with the phrasing of it.
Okay.
The introvert's dance anthem,
There you go.
There you go.
because it's called Lone Zone, and the lyrics are dancing all alone. Don't need anybody else. I feel at home in my zone. So it's basically like keeping your bubble on the dance floor. You know, like sometimes you're out and people are like talking and blah, blah. I'm just like, dude, I just want to
Just zen out in the
dance
back.
and have my space.
For
You know,
sure.
so it's kind of the anthem for those kind of.
It definitely
moments.
like it was good timing for me too, because I feel like, you know, just in the last like few years, I've just started living alone for like the first time in my life, and it was like a huge game changer, and just being empowered by that also, and just like being comfortable in your own space, and like, yeah, that's kind of like how I channeled, you know, my inspiration. Was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm doing it, and I'm an independent woman. You know,
For sure.
we're doing all right out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Your happiness is derived by your
That's it.
your own self.
You're
not dependent on other people for your
What you need is inside
Exactly,
of you.
you know. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
true. But it's good that you guys, I mean, because I've seen both of yours works separately and you both described it exactly how it is. And what I find it so interesting is that how you guys can both come together with different backgrounds and still make like bangers. Because that one that you just played now was
Lone Zone. That's the
Lone
one we
Zone.
were just talking about. Yeah.
Okay, Lone Zone is so different, and I fucking love. Like, I fuck with that shit, and it's so different because it's like I can hear the aspect of your voice, and I can hear your type of beat, and like that meshing so nicely together. And I think that you guys are a great pair when it comes to the scene. And
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Is this the hypest song that you've ever been on?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to go through the catalog, but it's up there. It's up there for
120 BPM house
I'm
track?
feeling it.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe you guys can.
I mean, I've done a couple feature bass
yeah,
tracks.
that's true.
Oh,
you
yes,
know,
yeah,
I've done a couple
yep.
EDM. You
True.
know.
That's the side stage, though. This is main stage energy.
Fair.
And you guys gonna have to come up with a group name.
Well, Frase and Fawna.
Frase and Fawna. It
sounds
kind of
pretty
goes
good
together anyway, right?
Good.
And it's
They
a
look
way
nice
that
together.
I can preserve my solo identity, and Fawna can preserve her
Exactly.
solo identity.
A lot of bands do that though, where they have different band. They like a drummer will be in another band.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
You know,
What's cool about like DSPs these days is that you can release a collaboration song and not have to start a whole new band name. Remember when the iTunes days when it was just like blah 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 and blah 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 and
Yes.
like they give you an artist name every single time.
Yep.
Now it's like, we've already released a song together where it was Frase, Fawna, tired of it, and
Right.
it comes up on her page and it comes up on my page, so.
We
For
both
the-
get exposure.
Yeah, for festivals and stuff this summer, we're playing, it might be a Frase and Fawna set, might be advertised, or Frase with special guest Fawna, or Frase and live band and Fawna. So there's multiple formats that we've come to, and we can all preserve our own identities and be our own brand or artist, as they say.
for sure. Now you mentioned your partner just a little bit earlier. I know that you guys got like a little collab that you guys do together. You're working on something. It was body movement.
Body Movement.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we've been performing together since we met, actually.
Okay.
We met in late 2015, and I won't tell you the whole story, but basically, I knew her dad from a party that my sister had, and he invited me to his party and said, my daughter is going to be there from Montreal. Do you want to get a ride with her? And I was like, yes. And I messaged her, and he was like dropping hints like, oh, you guys are going to get along
like
so
a
well.
little arranged marriage.
And kind of, but
Yeah.
so, I don't know. I was feeling cheeky or something. I don't know. But the first message that I ever wrote to her on Facebook was, your dad says we're going to fall in love.
Stop.
Aww.
And she was
Aw.
like, really? That's great, but I have a boyfriend.
Oh.
Anyways, we ended up going to this party. She just broke up with her boyfriend.
She just broke up.
Oh,
She
how
just
convenient.
did.
Okay.
And we got along super well.
Yeah.
But I was about to go to Italy
Okay.
to play some shows there, and she was a professional dancer at the time in a contemporary touring dance piece. And so we're like, when are we going to see each other? I don't know. So we, kept in touch and on the phone and stuff. And then she said, hey, I have like a couple weeks off in March. Maybe I can come join you on your Europe tour. And I was like playing in Germany and Prague and Italy. And so she did. We met up again in Prague. And that night, I played in this like kind of underground loft kind of place, this dance club, and she was like, there was no stage. It was just kind of like a DJ booth in the side of a room, and she just started dancing next to me, like right at the first song, and other people started like they didn't know that she was with me, you know,
Okay.
but they were just like, oh, like cool, like she started the party,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, I need this all the time, you
This
know. You have like
woman.
a cheerleader,
This woman.
basically, like a dance cheerleader of somebody that's gonna like get people moving.
Yeah.
And so throughout that tour, you know, when we did have a stage, I invited her up, and she started breakdancing or breaking, and like she did some popping at the time. And then, so this is the story that I'm getting to, is that I back in Italy opening up for Fatboy Slim
Okay.
at like one of the biggest techno clubs in Florence, Italy. It's called 10X. It's like legendary.
Okay.
It used to be a live music venue where like Radiohead played and all that stuff, but now it's a techno club. But it had this really this DJ booth in the middle of the room that you had to like go in this like underground thing to get up into.
Yep.
And I was like trapped in the DJ booth, and usually like I like to get out and play guitar and like interact with the crowd, but I was like stuck behind this thing. And so I didn't really get out to do it, and there was no place for Emily to dance. But like there was like maybe 2 songs left, and I was like, you gotta get on the subwoofers and dance. You gotta get on the subwoofers and dance. She's like, what? I was like, just go do it. Like, just go get on the subs. So she like jumped up on the subs, and my manager was there. Was like, yeah, that's good, that's good.
Shake
and, like,
ass.
she just started breaking like on this funk song, like, and the whole crowd was just going nuts, right? And I was just like, yeah, and I'm playing guitar, and I turn around, and Fatboy Slim's like looking at me like this, like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, what is my life?
It's
This
a
is
winner.
amazing.
It's a yes.
And then ever since that point, it's just like, okay, like she's part of the show, and we started playing festivals. She actually had some contacts out west, like at Shambhala. She got us that contact at Shambhala because she'd been out there in the Shambhala movie before. So yeah, and then we moved out there and just played a bunch of festivals, and each show that we played just integrated her more and more. And as I said before, I started making music that she'd want to dance to more, because before it was like half kind of chill and then half dancey, but then it started to like be more dancey the whole time because people really liked it. And so yeah, and then we had a baby
And then they had a baby.
Oh my God, that's how it happened.
in 2019, and took a little bit of time off, but actually like played Shambhala 3 weeks after we had a baby, and she got like up and danced with us and rapped on one song.
Okay.
And then we moved back to Montreal at the end of 2019 to be close to family, and then moved back to Montreal in March 2020, and then the world kind of closed.
Yes, and that's when we started working together again. We took like a little 4-year hiatus, and then the reason why we got the wheels turning again was because Frase wanted me to do the songwriting competition in BC.
Canada Songwriting Contest or whatever.
Yes.
You needed to be,
Yes.
a co-write, and I thought of her right away because I know that she likes to be motivated by deadlines.
Yeah,
And-
I work best under pressure. I think we had like a week. We had like a week to write, shoot the video, and edit it, and record obviously the vocals. And we pulled it off. We miraculously
And we won.
pulled it off.
Yeah,
I
you
love a
guys
challenge.
won.
I love a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, so that got the wheels turning because I was needing the fire to be lit under me.
Guys, both of you guys are doing so much, and it's the summer, and I know that you guys were still doing a lot even throughout the pandemic and the year after. Now we're almost 2 years out. Frase, we'll start with you. What are you currently working on?
Well, I have a full-length album in the works
Oh.
that I want to drop in 2023. It's the first time I'm announcing that.
Oh,
And the first single of that will be the single with Fawna called Lone Zone that we're dropping at the end of and a bunch of different varieties of shows. So I have the Frase and Fawna duo set. We have the Frase live band show that Fawna also sings, but is more doing backups. And then I have like a full live band with horns and keys and drums and bass for certain shows. And we're also doing a set with my wife as well, Embody Movement, for the Festival Modi Design in Montreal at the end of August. Where it's kind of like the Frase and Fawna set, but it's going to be featuring more dancers. June 23rd, we're going to be in Victoria, BC.
Okay.
We're playing at the Ska and Reggae Festival in a club called Upstairs Cabaret. And we're doing a Frase and Fawna set
Okay.
there. That's going to be bumping.
Yep. Wow.
So that's June.
Yeah, that's just June.
And we're
Wow.
releasing a single.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't say the exact date yet because we're still trying to figure that out.
Wow, you guys are really, really busy. And so, okay, well, Fawna, you tell me about, because there has been some time where you had time to reflect on different avenues and what you wanted out of your career in music. How did you prepare for all of this that is going on for just June?
Honestly, I'm just along for the ride. Like, Frase did a lot of the legwork, and honestly, I'm just happy to be back on stage. To me, it's not a lot of work. I'm just excited that I'm getting back on stage and singing. Whether it's backups or taking the lead. It's a stacked summer, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a good kind of busy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, I can imagine there'd be a lot of like mental preparation, not only just in the throat, but there's a lot that you have to kind of.
Yeah. Well, you got to rehearse.
Yeah, she's learning how to DJ. So the Frase
Yeah.
and Fawna says she's going to DJ a little bit.
I'm
during our
practicing my
sets.
DJ skills. Gonna
my
brush up on my
friend.
DJ skills.
With the live
push some
band, I guess you have
buttons.
less responsibility. You have to remember words.
Yeah.
But
It's more relaxed
yeah,
with
it's
the
more relaxed.
band.
She just gets to sing.
Vibe out.
Okay.
But the duo set I'll be a little more involved.
She's taking the lead on multiple songs.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
We're
Okay.
working on that. But yeah, just honestly, just make it fun. Keep it fun. And yeah, as soon as it becomes like you're trying too hard, you're trying to be somebody, be a certain way, it's like just do you, be yourself, be upbeat. If you're having fun, everyone else is gonna have fun.
For sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the goal.
Tell me, because I know that you were working with Cobra Yamba a little while back.
Yes.
And I know that you said that you was something that you guys had in the works. Tell me, what is been happening with you guys collaborating?
Yeah, well, that took a little bit. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus with that project, but I've been chipping away at it. I've got like a couple tracks that I'm still really excited about releasing.
Okay.
One with like Illa J that I'm really stoked to
Okay.
release.
that done
Yeah. It's I'm still finessing. I'm still
Okay.
finessing. I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
You haven't handed it over
I'm
to
not gonna
Cobra
lie.
Yama
Cobra
yet.
Yama's like mad chill. He's way too chill. He's got way too much patience for me, I swear. But love you. But yeah, no, I've been keeping busy, honestly. I've got a couple other collabs like in the works right now.
Okay.
Not gonna mention all of them. Some of them are in limbo, secret. But yeah, I also just finished this like hip hop track with this. I think he's a Detroit rapper. I should probably
Okay.
get that right.
Okay.
Main Soul,
Okay.
and my old bandmate Lek, who I used to be in the Martians with.
Okay.
The
Just
bass. Yes.
Wicked.
And he's been throwing beats at me. So yeah, I worked on a couple of those, and yeah, Frase has been keeping me pretty busy, honestly. Like that's what's been taking
We're
up
supposed
a
to
lot
be
of my
practicing
time.
right now.
Oh, so I'm taking up your time?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're taking our Monday night practice.
It's okay. It's all right. This is all it's all contributing to
Let's go.
the greater
I'm
good.
getting clocked here.
But it's good. It's we have Monday night Frase and Fawna practice, Tuesday night band practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've
Honestly,
been doing
that's
that
it.
consistently for
This
a
man
while.
has been keeping me super, super busy. But
And that's good
it's
because
been
it's
good.
good to have like a bounce off each other and get that motivation. You know what I mean? Like if you're feeling a little bit like, and then you have somebody else like, no, we got to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it's coming up to the summer and, things happen
Yeah,
like in the
exactly.
summer here. Cause I feel like in Australia, it's a little bit different. It can happen either winter, summer, but I think here it's like really like you guys like push it.
Yeah, and I think because of everything's opening up again, like we have a pretty stacked June. The only date I had a couple months ago was the Ska and Reggae Festival at the end of June. All these other dates have all kind of materialized. So it was good that we were practicing, that we were working on material and
Yeah.
just getting things ready. for when shows happen again. Our July, we have one show in July right now at the Ottawa Blues Fest, which is a big, huge festival
Massive.
downtown in Ottawa.
Yeah.
We're playing on the same stage as like Michael Franti and Marshmello.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah.
That's mad.
So right now we only have one show in July. It might happen where we get other shows, but right now that's the one band show. And then in August, we're going to tour out west. We are going to Nelson to play a cannabis cup called the Unicorn Cup, which I'm really excited for.
Everyone's
It's in my
gonna
old
get high as
stomping
fuck.
grounds. I'm actually taking a break right now, so we'll see if I can make it till then.
You taking a break?
No. not today. Maybe in the future, all in moderation. But
You're
my only vice.
you're taking a break right now too, or you just quit?
No, I quit a
Okay.
year and a half ago.
Oh, a year and a half ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you, good for you.
So I can sing.
Please,
It actually
please do.
that's
You
the
like
biggest thing
one.
I've noticed is that my lungs and my I actually why I decided to take the break now is because it is allergy season, and I noticed that during allergy season I get asthmatic, especially if I'm toking or inhaling plant matter.
That's why I stick to
So,
the edibles.
Yeah.
It's not hard on the lungs.
But it's been good for focus, and because we have so much going on, I'm the kind of person like during the pandemic, because there was like nothing in my calendar and I just spent a lot of time in here. It was like got a little bit much.
For sure.
So I kind of just like reeling it back in to nothing, and then maybe I'll be able to get back to like a once a week
Definitely.
or at special occasions kind of situation.
Of course.
Definitely save the joints for like after the show, for sure. I like to be sober.
I can't
on
remember my
stage.
lyrics.
Yeah.
It used to be fine when I sang by myself, but now that she's
Yeah.
singing backup, if I
Yeah.
mess up the lyrics,
Yeah.
she's like, "What are you doing?"
Okay, what
Like,
about drinking though?
I don't drink anyways.
Like a one or two, but yeah, we don't push it.
Okay,
Yeah.
drinking, smoking, what else?
I'm straight edge, girl. I'm a good girl. All natural.
I once again, like the past couple years, like I didn't really drink that much in the first place, but like when you are a touring artist and you're out at parties and your festivals, like you get it for free, or you get, I'm a bit frugal, so I didn't really pay for alcohol, but when it was free, like I'll drink it.
For sure.
But I found like on tour, it really wears you down. It already wears you down. Even just staying out late and getting up late, then singing, and like, if you're drinking, you're gonna talk louder. You're gonna be out, and then the next morning you wake up and you're like, oh my god, my voice. Is so
For sure. For sure.
especially if you're smoking too.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, I've been working out a bunch and just trying to eat right, and envisioning being on a stage again this past three years of just like
Yes.
trying to maintain that. I lost sight of it for a little while there.
For sure.
And I just gave up. But since we've got all these shows booked, I'm just like, I do my workout in the morning and I'm like doing calisthenics and like pretending to like be on stage and just,
Yeah.
because it's a lot. It takes a lot. Like we're high energy and we're singing at the same time,
Yeah.
Whereas anybody that is high energy and singing usually has backing tracks, might not even be singing.
For sure.
Or at least has like a sound person that has their vocal on a fader that they can put in their pre-recorded if they hear them out of breath.
Sneaky.
Tricks of the trade.
Uh-huh.
But
Sneaky,
I hate that shit.
sneaky.
I'd rather
Rather bring it.
realness.
Bring the
And I
realness.
think in that situation where we're playing backing tracks, basically, if you're not actually singing too, like what's going on here?
Yep.
What is live about this performance? Oh, you're here?
Yep.
Better be cool, doing some cool dance
Yeah,
moves.
For
exactly.
sure. For sure. Now, Frase, give me 3 things that you would say to somebody that is looking to get into the music industry, or is this like a budding new artist? What is 3 pieces of advice that you would give to somebody?
Wow. I know this is weird and their parents probably say it, but have a side hustle. Okay, before I know that's probably not the first thing to say, but my biggest mistake is that I never really found a side hustle that was generating income that I liked. So I was always just hopping around from part-time job to part-time job or whatever I could to support my music career. Whereas like Jenna has a side, like a full-time job, and she can, take on things that because people don't really understand, but like the music industry, it takes a lot of money to just get in the door. Like the studio, like there's things that you can do for free, but like promoting your single, paying for artwork, going and playing shows even. So
when you get started, I think it's important for you to have fun with it and let yourself experiment and not be worrying about like paying your rent. Like, well, obviously you're still going to worry about it, but at least like take some of the pressure off,
So people say like have a plan B. It's like not a plan B. Like have a B that supports your A.
Right.
From the jump.
Okay.
From the jump.
Okay.
And to go along with that, before I go into the next one, try to get an apartment where you're paying the least amount of rent as possible.
Okay. Okay.
I think I see a lot of new people like, obviously rent has gone up astronomically in the past couple of years, but like my first 10 years as a musician, I lived with like 7 people in houses, or like I rented the cheapest apartment that I could so that I could work less to be able to do what I do.
For sure.
So, that might not be great for everybody. So that's living situations.
Make sure your roommates are music friendly.
Yeah.
That too.
That too. And not raging party animals. So musically speaking, if they want to get into the industry, I say don't compare yourself to others. It's very difficult to do where you cruising social media and you're like, oh, this person has all this and this, they're and knock them down because of whatever. It's really not a helpful tool.
Never.
To compare yourself to other people. You can look at it, and if you do that, look like try to figure out what it is that the reason why they are there. Try to examine what it is that has made them successful. Not like, oh, why is this person successful? My music's better, or blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So basically comparing, and then on the music side and production side, try to learn as much as you can about all aspects.
Right.
Whether it's like learning a little bit about what it means to produce a song, or what it means a little bit to mix a song, or what it means to master a song, or what it means to distribute a song, or what it means to promote a song, or what it means to make a music video. Even like you don't have to be a master of all these things. You might still hire someone, but if you hire someone and know a little bit about what it is, then you'll be much better off to communicate.
Of course.
What you want.
Less likely to get taken advantage of too, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Just knowing about the business as well, and just like, what your rights are as a musician. When you get into like songwriting royalties and splits and collabs, like you wanna know like what you're worth and have
not get taken advantage of.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. It's
You're putting yourself in a position of.
I've been in that position, right? Like I've learned that the hard way, and I think like especially for a lot of female vocalists, like this tends to happen. Where they'll work with like a DJ or and they'll want to make it big, but you have to know your worth. You have to be able to stick up for yourself as well. Obviously when you're first starting out, you do a couple freebies, but once you get to a certain level, like know your worth, be able to like stick up for yourself, like have self-respect, like
yeah, if that person reached out to you and asked you to put your vocals on a song,
and you don't have to say yes to every one of them.
Really?
I'm learning this now. I have a hard time saying no. But be selective and
listen to their music.
Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. Choose vibes and feelings over status. If like if the song isn't resonating, it doesn't matter how popular they are. Like don't hurt.
Unless they're gonna pay you a lot of money to do it.
There's that, yeah. But
so there's been situations lately, especially during the panini, where I gotta eat, man, and so I might not be like in love with it, but I'm like, this is my rate. if you want me to write this to this, then I'll do it. You know.
Right.
And I always end up like I'm not gonna put out or hand over something that I'm not happy with.
Right.
I'm always gonna work until I'm like, this is the best that I could do.
Yep.
I'm gonna hand it over. I'm gonna get paid, and it's gonna be awesome.
Right.
And
know
I think,
your worth.
That's it.
for sure.
That's
and
it.
and even then still be flexible. And I think the last thing that I want to say about an artist that's starting out is that I've been noticing the biggest difference between artists who are extremely talented and successful and artists who are extremely talented and unsuccessful
Okay.
is
Uh-huh.
communication skills.
Soft skills.
Okay, so a lot of people, like even me, starting in the industry, I have good communication skills, but it's not all verbal. It's body language. It's how you how long you take to respond to an email, how long you take to respond to someone's text. Right. Communication skills. Like the only reason, like I don't have a booking agent. The reason why we have all these shows and all these things is because I communicate with people.
Also, just like
on a
ego,
daily basis.
You know, it's like it's pride. So many people like spoil such good collabs sometimes because they can't take criticism, you know, or like it doesn't become about the music or the art anymore. It becomes about like whose idea is better, and you know,
and
yeah, just being able to
that's
like put
communication
your
skills.
pride aside and be like, what's best for the song, maybe,
Right.
you know, I think is a really like helpful tool in collaboration is just being like, you know, not getting too precious with things, having some flexibility, but also like not letting yourself get all like walked all over as well.
For
So
sure.
a nice little happy medium
Yeah.
somewhere in between.
Any last words that you would like to say?
Well,
Smoke weed.
I'm very excited.
Every day.
Well, I don't know if that's the
Smoke weed
message I want to
every
send
day.
out to the world, but very excited for this summer.
Yes.
And all the shows coming up.
Yes.
And the new releases, and I'll be keeping busy. And thank you for doing this.
Oh my
for,
God.
for joining us. This was
No.
lovely.
Thank you guys. Frase, any last words?
Do you? You're doing it.
Do you, boo?
She's doing it. I'm doing it.
Be yourself.
Be yourself and don't wait for other people to do things for you.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Even this, like I was like, hey Rara, do you want to come and chat with us?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah.
Strike
Sounds
while the
great.
iron's hot.
Yeah.
You know.
Sometimes you gotta give people an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like with collaborating with people, like what we were talking about before, it's like sometimes you have to give them the idea and then they think it's their idea and then it happens.
Yeah.
But you just gotta be like, here.
Yeah.
You
Give
know?
and take.
Is it like a
You give some, I give some. You know.
Is there a saying? Is it like a hook? No, hook and a fish. Is there a saying for that? Like you cast a
Cast a line.
Yeah, exactly.
cast a line.
Cast a line.
Is that a saying for that type of
You
thing?
could-
I
you
mean, we can make it into
Use your
one.
accent. We'll make it a
Use my
saying.
accent into one. Oh.
Soundbite right now.
Hook a line and a fish.
I think the camera turned off right there. Actually, that was perfect.
Hook a line and a fish. I think the line is you can't catch a fish without a hook.
You can't catch fish.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Because
You can't catch
a
fish
fish
if-
with your bare hands unless you're like fucking like skilled.
I mean
Tarzan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
I think
it's great
that's
advice.
it. Yeah.
It's great
I'll go
advice.
with that. Yeah. You guys are amazing, and I'm so happy that I had my time to finally chat with. I've chatted with Fawna a couple times, but it was the first time chatting with you. Thank you so
It's
much.
been a pleasure.
Yeah.
As always.
Been great.
Tell everybody how they can follow you guys on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTubes, and all that kind of stuff. And also, can you guys give us the dates again for the latest show for everyone here in Montreal?
Sure. You can follow me at Frase Music, so at FRASE Music. Pretty much everywhere. Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah, it's
those places.
at Fawna.music. Pretty much
Oh, you got the
everywhere. I got the dot in there. Fawna.music.
And Fawna is
on all platforms.
FAWNA.
FAWNA.
Yeah.
Yep, on all platforms.
And then the dates, if anybody wants to come see us again. I'm not sure when this is airing, but we're playing June 23rd in Victoria, BC.
Oh my God.
And July 12th, we're playing in Ottawa Blues Fest.
Stacked.
August 13th and 14th, we're playing at Unicorn Cup in BC, in Nelson, BC. The 17th, we're playing in Tofino, BC. Have you ever been to Tofino?
No, never heard of it.
It's like the beach of Canada.
I can't wait.
Nicest beach
I'm so
in Canada.
excited.
There's surfing, and
So excited.
we're playing at a little place called Little Ronnie's Barbecue, which is
Little
like this
Ronnie.
amazing barbecue
Aw.
outdoor restaurant right on the beach.
Oh.
August 19th, we're playing at Matiada Lounge on Salt Spring Island. And then August 20th, we're playing at a big festival called Cumberland Wild in Cumberland, British Columbia. Flying back here to the East Coast to play in Montreal at Pointe Carrière in the Old Port at noon. Fawna and I are doing an acoustic set in the Old Port for Pop Montreal. That same day, we're going to Ontario, Belleville, Ontario, to play on a private island for a festival that's called Zamfir, which is like a really wild music festival on a private island. So we're playing that night with the band.
Okay.
And then that same weekend, on the Sunday, we're playing at Festival Mode Design here in Montreal, downtown Montreal, on Sunday evening. And that's a Frase and Fawna set with my wife and Body Movement, and maybe a couple extra street dancers up in the scene. So that's all I have for now.
Finishing
Wow,
off strong.
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Finishing off strong.
Yo, congratulations for all that you guys have got going on, the new music, the shows. It's going to be an absolutely amazing summer for you guys. It's just the beginning.
It is.
And yo, yeah, man,
We got this.
It's gonna be good.
thank you guys. Can I get in that?
Yes, please.
Thank you guys so much.
So, what are our dates again?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. I'll check my Google Docs.
Every date in June. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Catch me here.
Yep.
Also, shout out if anybody wants to come record here at the studio. I have some really good rates. I have a drum
Top-notch.
set, some guitar amps. I also record rappers, singers, vocalists. If you want to sample some records, put your stuff through a tape machine, do mixing and vocal work, bass,
He's
guitar.
a great vocal coach as well.
I do vocal coaching, so hit me up.
Wow. There you go.
Not in June.
Not in June, yeah. Please not in June.
Or August.
Yeah. Definitely not. And Fawna, have you got any other little side things that you're doing that you would like to give a shout outs to?
Well, lots of little side things, but I'm not gonna, throw any dates out there just yet. But by the end of the summer, I'll have a couple new releases in the mix.
Okay.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Excited, guys. Thank you guys so much again. Yes, it's your boy Prince Rara, and you're listening to CJLO 1690 AM in Montreal, and also on OAR TV.
And not the Fredericton station.
Oh, and Fredericton! Oh my God, Fredericton! Shout out to all my peoples in Fredericton! Yeah!